Pete and Kath with a K. There's some of my books. I saw some of you pointing at them earlier on. There's Kath with a K, look up there. And me. Kath with a K and me. And those kids up there are year 7s. Please, year 6. You know, year 6, when you go to year 7 next time, you might think you won't be as interested in books. You will. It's just that you get a bit fussier about what you want to read. And I think we will agree, he looks very excited still about books. Do you know that I'm very excited at the moment because it's 20 years since I became an author. It's the 20th anniversary of this creature called Mokee Joe. And I'm going to tell you about Mokee Joe and how I became an author. First, I want to show you my family. Here's our little boy, Simon. Some of you might have met Simon. Simon writes these books. Who's met Simon? Brilliant. Right. Well, little Simon is our little boy. There's Kath with a K. Simon's wife, Rachel. Our other boy, Matthew. This is our granddaughter, Lizzie, who's in year 10 now. And she loves my scary books still. And here's William, he's in year 6. And here's, I don't know whether you can see this at the back, but Lizzie's holding a little rabbit called Frankie. Yeah. Lizzie even reads my scary books to the rabbit, which is good. Right. Very quickly, I am going to show you how I became an author. I did not want to be an author. I was a math teacher, and 20 years ago I was teaching maths. I never wanted to be a math teacher, but I became a math teacher. And there I was teaching maths, and my niece came along called Donna. This is 20 years ago, and reminded me about a game. I said, what game? She said, don't you remember Uncle Pete? She said, when we were little, you used to scare us playing your game. I said, what game? She said, hide and seek. I said, well, hide and seek's not scary. She said, it is when you used to play it. You used to make it really scary. And then I started remembering all about this game of hide and seek. And then suddenly I remembered this game called Mokee Joe. And I'm going to tell you how it happened. This is a true story. A long time ago, when Simon and Matthew were your age, and I was playing hide and seek with them, they came to ask me one day, Dad, will you play hide and seek this morning because we've got some friends around, 4 boys. There are 6 of us all together. Will you play hide and seek with us this morning? I said, no. I'm busy, I'm reading my newspaper. Go away. Well, they went away and they came back about 5 minutes later. Please, will you play hide and seek? And they started pestering me like you do. So this is a true story. I got my newspaper. You can ask Kath with a K. This is absolutely true. I got my newspaper, and to get rid of those boys all those years ago, I shook the newspaper like this, and from behind my paper I said, I'm changing! And I looked over the top of my paper, and the boys were all standing like this. And then I shook my paper even more, and I said, I don't know what's happening to me, I'm changing into something. And I looked over my paper again, and this time they were backing away like this. And Simon, little Simon, he was right at the front, backing away, and I could see him saying to his friends, he's gone mad. And then suddenly, from behind my paper, I said, I'm changing into Mokee Joe. And I looked over my paper, and those boys, they'd gone. They all ran outside and they got hidden. And Kath said to me, she said, where did that name come from, Mokee Joe? I said, I don't know. It just came into my head. Well, if you asked me at the end this morning, I think now I know where that name came from. But at the time, I didn't know. And Kath said, well, what are you going to do now? Are you going to go and find those boys? I said, yeah, I'm going to really scare them now. Now, before I show you what happened next, have we got one very brave volunteer? Somebody who can run quite fast. Come with me. Where I'm from, my football team, they call the Millers. That's their nickname. I hope it's better though than Rotherham United. Right, Miller, can you peek round the corner, please? That's it, brilliant. Now I want you to imagine that Miller is little Simon. All those years ago. And Kath said, well, if you're going to scare them, she said, I've got an idea. She said, why don't you put that big old coat on that you sometimes wear? I said, oh yeah. So I put this big old coat on. Like this. And I looked at Kath and I said, right Kath, do I look scary? And Kath said, no. She told me to take my glasses off as well. She said, right, hang on a minute. And she found me this hat though. Do I look like somebody from a horror movie now? Do I look really scary? And Kath said, you look like an old scarecrow. So I said, right, I'll just make a scary face and I'll do a really sort of scary walk like this. And I went towards the garden and I could see that little face peeping out and I shouted, watch out, wherever you go. I'm coming to find you, Mokee Joe. And Simon looked really scared. And when I got closer to him like this, he set off running. And I went after him dressed like this. And suddenly this game of hide and seek became a very serious chasing game. So Miller, when I get up to the curtain, I want you to set off running to get back to your place, Miller. And you'll have to run right back here. Right round here. Where is he sitting? Here. And Miller, when you get there, you're safe. Miller, it's a long way. Here we go. Right, listen. When I say, watch out, wherever you go, I'm coming to get you, you shout, Mokee Joe. And that will start me moving like this. Here we go. Watch out, wherever you go. I'm coming to get you. I didn't even hear anything. I get back. No. Right. A little bit louder this time, please, otherwise I won't move. Watch out, wherever you go. I'm coming to get you. get your bookmark, Miller. Very important, when you're playing scary games, it's got to be fun. If it's not fun, don't do it. And what I love about this game is when I could see Miller's face, look like this boy here that I was chasing. That's a boy from another school. Look at his face. That boy's face is saying two things. That boy's face is saying two things. One, I'm scared. And two, that I'm enjoying it. And Miller, you know if I'd have really caught you, I wouldn't have got you, would I, Miller? You don't look very sure. My niece said to me 20 years ago, I remember that game, Uncle Pete, so well. She said, I remember when you used to get dressed up. She said, I love that game. She told me that once she hid inside a dog kennel for 2 hours. She said, I would not come out because I was so scared. I said, well, why did you enjoy it then? She said, because it was only you dressed up. Remember, S for scary, S for safe. And then it's okay. And that game, they had so much fun with it. So I said to my niece, I'm going to write a story about Mokee Joe, and that's how I became an author. But my Mokee Joe looks a lot scarier than that. In my book, Mokee Joe is 7 feet tall. Now, if you let me get through this morning, we've only got not much time. If I can get through fairly quickly, so you need to be quiet a lot of the time, I'm going to make myself, for you, especially, 20th anniversary, remember, I'm going to make myself 7 feet tall in a very special way, right at the end.